Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Naked Golfer, and in this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of building in Fallout 4. I know it's a bit of a change up of content, innit? Today's task is going to be repairing Red Rocket. We're going to take it from a steaming pile of turd and make it into, well, a slightly less steaming pile of turd. Let's get cracking. Okay then, so first things first, we're going to want to put down a perimeter wall. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? You're in a wasteland, you don't want, every Tom, Dick and Harry coming in. Especially when Tom, Dick or even Harry wants to do horrific things to you. So yeah, safety first. To build the perimeter wall, we're going to follow the outline of the pavement at the back here. However, mon petit fours, we don't want to block off the garage, do we? So with that in mind, we're going to start building from that as our first point. I'm going to place down 2 half walls at either side of the garage. One here, like so, and another one over here. Absolutely beautiful, nice and easy. Once you've spent precious seconds of your life that you're never going to get back placing down those 2 wall pieces, we're going to start on the main perimeter proper, and we're going to go for this corner here. The problem is with this corner, it's an absolute bell end to try and get junk fences down, and that's what we're going to be using for the majority of our wall. Have no fear though, because good old TNG has got a solution that no doubt every single one of you know. We're just going to place down a junk wall on top of a mat, as you can see here, like I've done. This isn't rocket science to achieve. You're literally placing down a junk wall on top of a mat. Now, yes, it could take a couple of seconds to work out where the sweet spot is. However, what you're aiming for is pretty much this, being able to pick the mat up and bring in the fence with it. Not only will this allow us to put down the jump fence in the bell end corner, it'll also allow us to push it right up to that half wall, thus eliminating any gaps. Simply lovely. Right then, let's move on. As you can see here, I've placed down another one of those wooden half-wall pieces on the corner of our concrete here, and it's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do. It's going to act as the corner of our perimeter wall. It's obvious, really. Anyhow, yes, the reason why we've placed this down first is so we can get another junk defensive wall, again, placed on top of a mat, and quite literally shove it in dry between that defensive wall and the little corner wall we've got there. That should complete the first stage of this, and the rest of it's, it's quite easy plain sailing. All I'm going to do for the whole back half here is place down defensive walls. I am going to mix it up with a few different wall pieces, just to give it a bit more texture. The beautiful thing about immersive building and scrappy building, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, mon petit fours, we are living in a wasteland. It's not going to be, perfectly put together. It's going to look a bit odd. It's going to look a bit ramshackled. The idea behind this build is we want it to look realistic. We want it to blend in with what's around us. We don't want it sticking out like a turd in a fruit bowl, do we? No, of course we don't. So yeah, with that horrific image in mind, just go mad. You use what you want to put down here. If you are struggling with gaps or struggling to get a wall in place, just use the rug glitch. Whatever you do, once you get to this corner here, you should have something along these kind of lines here. What's that you at the back? You've got exactly what I've put down here. Well, that's perfect. You're ready to move on to the next step. Unfortunately, the next step is pretty much a lot of the same thing, guys. We're just going to build more perimeter wall all down this side of Red Rocket here. Again, we're just following the concrete outline right about here, and we're going to build it all the way down till we get to this yellow car here. And again, there's more concrete padding down there as well, so that's the line we're going to follow when we get to that point. Does that make any sense? Aye, of course it does. This is what I came up with after many seconds of work. It's just a rough jump wall, guys. I've done the same as what I did at the back. I've mixed and matched different building materials. And if I was struggling to get it in, I used the Fallout 4 version of lube, i.e. the rug glitch. You just use it to bend the game to your will, effectively. But yeah, anyway, enough jabbering. Let's crack on with the other side, and we're going to be building the gatehouse. Very nice. Gatehouse then. Okay, we're going to start off by placing that down first, and you're going to whack it somewhere around here. Roughly 2 junk defensive walls away from your little half wall thing here. Now then, once you spend way too much time making sure your gate's at the perfect angle, don't deny you've not done it. I know you've done it, and I know that you are doing it right now. It's fine, don't worry, you're normal. You're going to place down another junk defensive wall right here, like that. And you know what? I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to have it with the stanchions facing outwards. I don't care what any of you say. Yeah, I think it looks cool, and it adds texture. No idea what, what that was. Moving on, yes, once we've got our gatehouse down and that little wall there, we're going to use the good old rug glitch to slot another one right in there like that. If you've got the spacing right, it'll be tight as a tiger, there'll be no gaps, and you'll be ready to carry on building the rest of your perimeter wall. Which, let's be honest, you know the drill by now. It's going to be a rinse and repeat of the back wall and the far side wall. It's dead easy. Choose the materials you want to build with and slap them down. If they don't go down first time, give them a bit of persuasion. Are you just going to follow this method all the way down this side and around the front of Red Rocket till it links up with that far side wall you put down, what, 6 hours ago, depending on how many aneurysms it give you. But yeah, all you're doing, guys, is following the path of the concrete pads or pavements, whatever you want to call them. If you follow that line, you'll be golden. This is what I came up with. Dead easy, dead simple to do, and in my opinion, it looks really, really law friendly. Yeah, I'm liking where this is going. But we can do a little bit more to it. I don't know about you, but I fancy putting down a structure on top of Red Rocket itself. However, to get up there, we're going to need some stairs, aren't we? Aye, of course we are. So let's get cracking with that. For these, we're not going to piss around with it too much. We're literally going to slam down a scaffolding framework like this right here. Dead simple. On top of the frame, we're going to place down one of the boards. Simply lovely. And then from that, we're just going to stick some stairs onto the side of it like that. And we're pretty much done. We can also throw some of these child-size steps down on top of the scaffolding as well. We'll still have a little bit of a jump to get over the ridge onto the top of Red Rocket. But I really don't care, honestly. It's good enough for the girls that we date. For our little structure up here, again, we're going to keep it scrappy, we're going to keep it simple. I am going to try and centralise it using the lines on the roofs to, you know, the best of my abilities, but it really doesn't matter too much. The result that you're going for is a 2x3 rectangle. Nothing fancy whatsoever. It's just so we can build up our little whatever place this is. Still not got a use for it. Much like our perimeter wall, when it comes down to actually building a structure up here, just mix and match materials. Again, I'm using the wood set because I think it's the most lore-friendly and authentic set in the game. But for the 3 of you that are still watching this tutorial, you can use whatever you want. It's literally entirely up to you. Okay then, yeah, so this is the piece of shit that I've come up with. It's definitely gonna get changed, but it's a good starting point. Let's progress, rather than look at this disgusting creation. And cast our eyes on this blocky piece of turd as well. I mean, it's slightly better, innit? Let's not dwell on it. Let's start building upwards. And to do that, we're going to need a stair piece, aren't we? Of course we are. So to keep it simple, we're going to use this one. Nice and easy. And now we've got that down, we can build our floor pieces. Aye, fantastic. Let's see what kind of structure we can build up top. I'm thinking of a little lookout guard post thing. Okay then, so let's start with that. Again, I'm using shack walls. I am going to have to free place the doorways though, because they don't like snapping in with other pieces. They don't play nicely. So let's get them down first. We'll do that by eye. Fantastic. Lovely. And when they're in place, we can place down our 2 side walls like this. And then, of course, with it being a little lookout tower, let's put these overhanging wall pieces in there. Yeah, beautiful. I like that. Obviously, we are going to have to put some supports underneath them so they're not defying the laws of gravity. But for now, we'll keep moving. Let's whack a roof on top of it. Yep, I do like that indeed. And let's stick some defensive rails around the outside of it. To put these down, we're going to struggle with the shack walls in place. However, because we've got the roof pieces on, we can now delete said shack wall pieces, like so. Place down all our defensive railings around this second story here. Nice and simple. And once we've got them in place, we can snap back in our shack walls that we deleted earlier. I know it's a bit weird, but it just works. It's Fallout at the end of the day. Right, okay, so what is next? I know, let's get the gravitational defeating overhang sorted, yeah. To do this, guys, we're just going to place down stair posts. We're going to put a small one down and stack another small one on top of it. Simple as that. No messing, no fuss, and personally, I think it looks pretty decent. yeah, I think that's pretty much everything structure-wise done on this gaff. Let me do a little bit of decorating and I'll show you what I've come up with. Right then, so yeah, I've done my best with the decor. I must say, without mods and being used to Fallout 76 at this point, I have struggled. There isn't too much in the way of decor, is there actually, in Fallout 4? But yeah, we'll just see what I've come up with. Let me know what you think down in comments. As you just saw, on the perimeter wall, I have added a few little bits of bats just to give it a bit more texture. Again, if you had mods on, or you had more stuff from the Creation Club, or whatever the bloody hell it's called, you could add even more to that. But that's by the by. In terms of the interior decor on it, now, like I say, I've tried to keep this as true to the game as possible. So a lot of the scrap that were in here, I have tried to keep hold of it. And unfortunately, I am on a new character here, so I couldn't get any settlers in or traders. So it does look a little bit barren, but I think it's not too bad. I could have done better. If you've been with the channel for a while, you'll know that decorating really isn't my strong point anyway. But anyway, yeah, inside the Red Rocket, again, not done too much. I've left quite a lot of the junk in here. I have blocked that doorway thing off there with random shit that I could find. I've built a little armory inside of here. Those guns on them racks look absolutely appalling. But again, new character, not many weapons. And truth be told, I didn't put too much time into this place. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, on the upstairs, I am actually quite happy with this. I've done my best with what we've got in the vanilla game. I have put down quite a lot of junk to make it look lived in and whatnot. And yeah, I don't actually think it's turned out too bad up here. Could it be better? Of course it could. But overall, to be honest with you, I am happy with it. In fact, I'm actually happy with this entire build. I think Fallout 4 is a lot better than Fallout 76 for really lore-friendly looking builds. I mean, that to me looks like a proper Wasteland Traders point. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I've actually really enjoyed doing this. Coming back to Fallout 4 has been fun. Welcome break from 76. If any of you lot watching want to see more Fallout 4 builds, please subscribe, comment, leave a like, and I'll 100% get round to doing them. Like I say, I'm really enjoying getting back into this game. Anyhow, as we say in the north, I will love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one. Have fun, everybody.